Chapter 88. Bless Yourself. Questioner. What about experiences while meditating? Things like lights, flashing lights, white lights, different coloured lights, different phenomena, visions that you might have in meditation. Are they a part of the body, aspects of the mind? Is that right? Maharaj. All experiences are progressive steps. They are not ultimate truth. Without the presence of the experiencer, no one can experience anything. Without the presence of the experiencer, who is experiencing? Your spontaneous presence is needed for you to say, this is a good experience or bad experience. Without your spontaneous, invisible presence, you cannot witness whatever is to be experienced. Therefore, your presence is most important. It is coloured with the body form, and that is the illusion. Meditation is the first lesson to erase or dissolve the body form. You will overcome all this material knowledge with this discipline. Questioner. Maybe you could speak about the concept of the self identifying with the body. Sitarameshwar Maharaj says, that which has no bondage is having bondage. And you said that the spirit clicks with the body. It sounds like the mind has ambushed the body, and that the mind somehow needs to be convinced to commit suicide, and that's the practice? Maharaj, all the saints talk reality. Instead of analysing their statements, pay attention and accept what they wanted to convey. We are not here to analyse the statements of Sitarameshwar Maharaj, Ramana Maharshi and other masters. It is what they wanted to convey that is most important, that reality and how it is connected with your selfless self. Don't quote anybody's statements. We are not analysts. Analysing what the masters have said and comparing their statements is the cause of debate. We are not here to debate anything. We are not here to analyse the sayings of various saints. I am hammering the ego. It is the ego that enjoys these comparisons and analyses. What the masters conveyed, the reality they shared through their statements or lectures or through their advice, is what is most important, truly important. Questioner. Which is the conviction? Maharaj, of course. Questioner. Again, the conviction that all this is unreal is what seems to be the most. Maharaj, it is not intellectual conviction. It will be spontaneous conviction. Just like this body is called man or this body is called woman. You're not dreaming as a woman and she is not dreaming as a man. Because there is conviction that this body is called man or woman. So like that, your ultimate truth is Brahman. This is the conviction, so that even when you're talking, discussing, or completely involved in doing something, you still know that. I am beyond that. You still know that I am beyond that. My presence is beyond that. I am no longer connected with the body form. That is spontaneous conviction. Questioner. So, really, all these questions, all this analysis, all these are really dissolved or answered through the meditation? Maharaj, there is no question of analysing. All this confusion, all this conflict, all this illusion is supposed to be dissolved completely. When will it be dissolved? As you draw closer and closer to your selfless self. That means I no longer have any connection with the body. I was not having any connection with the body, therefore the body is not my identity. That is ultimate truth. This will be accepted spontaneously. It is called conviction. Though you're living in the body form, you're totally unconcerned with the body form. This is a golden opportunity through which you can realize, through which you can be enlightened, self-enlightenment, self-realization. There is nobody blessing you. There is nobody gracing you. Bless yourself. You have to bless yourself. You have to grace yourself because you are ultimate truth. You are fully and totally independent. The dependent one will say, I am going to see a famous guru who will bless me and give me grace. This is all imagination that has come from conditioning, brainwashing, culture, all illusion. Slowly and silently and permanently, the reality that you are ultimate truth will be realized. After having this conviction, there won't be any fear of death and birth, because you will know that you are unborn. Questioner: does speaking with you fortify that conviction? Our paying attention to you and your teaching, does that bring us strength? Maharaj: I am sharing the knowledge that was shared by my master, Nisargadatta Maharaj. Questioner: yes, thank you. It is a wonderful grace. Maharaj: maintain, nurture and preserve what you have learned. What you have heard, maintain and retain. Your involvement is most important. Dry discussion on spiritual knowledge alone will not help. You have to implement the knowledge in a practical way. Practice in the sense that you press down on your identity. Churn over your identity, your invisible identity, which is called Brahman, Atman, Paramatman, God, Master. Spiritual knowledge will give you the courage to face problems, material problems or otherwise. All problems are related to the body form. Physical problems, mental problems, intellectual problems, logical problems, egoistic problems. There are so many problems. All problems are connected with the body form. Prior to beingness, there was no problem, no family, no world, so there was no question of family. Family life started the moment the spirit came across with the body. Why give so much importance to the family? Okay, take care of your family, but there should not be so much attachment there. Do your duties and carry out your responsibilities without any expectation. Don't be too involved with family, as it will divert you from the reality and take you back to the illusion. It is better not to connect or link family problems to spirituality. Just remember what we have discussed. Remember and absorb it. Questioner: yes, we will. The teachings are very clear. The way you communicate them is very simple. Maharaj: so now you have to bring this knowledge and put it into practice. Don't mix family life with spirituality. Spirituality has its own aspects, and family life has its own aspects. The spiritual life has no connection to family life. Where will your family be after the body disappears? Where will your family be? Prior to beingness, nothing was there. I am repeating the same thing to everyone. Prior to beingness, there was nothing. No family, no world, nothing. After the body dissolves, nothing will remain. Whatever we see in between is the projection of your spontaneous presence. Whatever we see within the span of beingness and dissolution of beingness is the spontaneous presence, the projection of the world. You are the father of the world. Questioner: so what we experience and what we go through is our own projection? Maharaj: yes, of course, because without your presence you can't experience anything. Questioner: so we have to realize that we are creating whatever we go through. Maharaj: your realization should be spontaneous, natural, and not intellectual realization. Realization means just to know oneself in a real sense. It is the absorbing of the reality, of knowledge, your knowledge. You are completely separate from this world. You are separate from all the family and separate from the body. Without presence, you can't visualize the world. So how you were prior to beingness and how you will be after the dissolution of beingness, that is your spontaneous identity, invisible identity, where there are no words or worlds. Where there are no words and worlds, there you are, spontaneous, invisible. Your spontaneous presence has given birth to each and everything. Unless you see yourself, you can't see the world. Questioner: and that is the conviction? Maharaj: after knowing this, spontaneous conviction will appear in you. It will be spontaneous. I am the final truth, ultimate truth, which is called Brahman, Atman, Paramatman, God. That is my invisible, anonymous identity. You will be totally fearless.